Hello, and welcome to today's episode of the Power of Your Mind podcast, where we dive deep into the world of manifestation, the law of attraction, and the unlimited potential of your mind. You are listening to episode number 281, The Subconscious Mind, which is the Key to Wealth. I'm Victoria Gallagher. And just a quick reminder to subscribe to our podcast on your favorite platform so that you never miss an episode. Now, if you are new to this show or new to me, let me just introduce myself. I am a best-selling author of Practical Law of Attraction. I'm the founder of HypnoCloud apps and HipTalk.com. And be sure to check out my new Believe Hypnosis app, which is launching very soon, or it may already be available, just depending on when you are listening to this. And this app is going to feature over 1,000 audios, including many, many, many new features, life-changing audios for people from all walks of life. And I talk about law of attraction, manifestation, business success, and so much more. So the goal of this show, the Power of Your Mind podcast, is all about inspiring you to dream big and to live your best life. Every week, I talk about how to use manifesting, law of attraction, affirmations, meditation, hypnosis to create the life of your dreams. And today is no exception. Today, I'm going to be diving into the subconscious mind and how your subconscious mind is really the key to wealth. But before we get into that, I just want to share a free gift with you. Today, I have something really exciting that I want to share with you, especially if you are interested in manifesting success in your life. What I'm talking about is the Believe Hypnosis 7-Day Manifest Success Journal. It's a challenge that you can download for free at believemanifest.com. So go get a copy of your manifest journal now. It is all about manifesting real change in your life. And so it's available for free, like I said, at believemanifest.com. The challenge focuses on a unique aspect of manifesting each day. There's 7 letters in believe. And so I'm going to take one of those letters and dive into an important aspect of manifesting. And so it's a series of journaling exercises that you're going to take some time to do to really help you to align your mind with success. So once again, grab your copy of that today at believemanifest.com. And one more thing before we dive into today's content is I really want to give you a heads up about the new Believe app. I know I keep saying that is right around the corner, and I believe that with all my heart every time I tell you that. But it's just been out of my hands this whole time. But as of today, as I'm recording this, we are looking at a November 6th, 2023 launch. We were looking at an October 30th launch, but I'm pushing it out one more week because, well, it's just not ready yet. So be ready to download this app. When you download this journal at believemanifest.com, you're going to go on a list where you are going to get a special announcement along with any information about any special promos, all of that. So that is what's going to happen. You're not only going to get that free gift, but you're also going to get the announcement when we go live, which is really, really, really soon. So let's get into today's episode, shall we? So today we are talking about the subconscious mind, which is totally the key to wealth. when it comes to our wealth, all of our financial decisions are based in this area. It's not what we think logically. It's not what we think with our reason and our logic or a rational thought. Although we think that it is, our subconscious mind has us fooled sometimes. Our subconscious mind sends us the ideas before we even realize what is happening. And so most of the ideas that we have, they start at the subconscious mind. They start with our subconscious beliefs. So whatever we believe at the subconscious level, which most of us are not even in touch with what those beliefs are unless we start really paying attention, start becoming aware of some of the thoughts and the actions and the patterns that we're having in our life. Most of us are not even aware of what our subconscious beliefs really are, especially when it comes to money. And most of our subconscious beliefs about money have been ingrained in us pretty much since the beginning of our lives. These beliefs are all about the attitudes that we have. If you ever heard yourself talk about, how hard it is or how easy it is to accumulate wealth, because, let's face it, some of us have really, really great beliefs about money, and most of us don't, though. If you look at the state of the world and how people talk and how people are always complaining, you'll see that most people have negative views about how easy or hard it is to accumulate money or wealth. And, this really has a lot to do with what we believe in our subconscious mind. It's the assumptions that we make about the rich, about the wealthy, and what it truly, truly means to succeed. So if your subconscious mind is holding any negative or limiting beliefs about money, it's going to be hard to manifest the money that you want to manifest. It's going to be hard to make your life a success when it comes to wealth. It's going to manifest all kinds of interesting outcomes and results when it comes to your financial choices and your decisions. But here's the good news. The good news is that we don't have to live with these subconscious beliefs at all. We can reprogram our subconscious mind and our beliefs to create new ideas, new beliefs that will help us to achieve financial success, to achieve wealth. And we can use techniques, which we're going to get into a little bit later on, like hypnosis, like affirmations, like guided visualizations, to train our subconscious mind for wealth. And hypnosis in particular is a wonderful way to access those deeper states of your mind, to access that subconscious mind, and to begin to overwrite some of those limiting beliefs into more empowering beliefs. And as we change how our subconscious views money, success, wealth, riches, people who have money, all of that, as we change our ideas about these things at the deepest level, then we begin to align our entire being, both conscious and subconscious. And once your subconscious mind is on board and aligned with wealth, you are going to notice huge shifts in how you behave. And you might actually start to recognize new opportunities. All these things are going to seem like a coincidence, that they just kind of happened out of the blue. But all of this happens at the subconscious level. It's happening because we have taken the time to root out those old beliefs and create new beliefs. And it's actually really exciting to do that. And as you start to reprogram your subconscious mind, you're going to find yourself having more courage to take more risks. Because when your mindset is aligned with wealth, even things that seem like a setback are going to be viewed more as challenges, opportunities. You're going to just look at these things as learning opportunities. You're going to look at these things as even positive experiences that helped guide you into a higher state. And it's not something that is there to stop you, it's something that's there to help you grow. So it's really an exciting time in your life if you decide that today you're going to really really pay attention to the Power of Your Mind podcast and really learn about the subconscious mind and the limiting beliefs and creating new beliefs. And so let's really get into this. So, first, I want to talk to you about the subconscious mind. So, the subconscious mind is the single most powerful part of your mind. I want you to think of your subconscious mind as sort of like the control room of your brain or of your life. And this part of you is ultimately controlling every single thing behind the scenes. It's controlling your automatic bodily functions. It's controlling, of course, your beliefs about money. It controls your emotions. It's storing all of your past memories. It's actually controlling your whole body, like all your heartbeat and the blood flow and all of that. And so it's important to understand that this part of your mind is the most essential thing that exists for creating wealth and success in your life because it is running the show behind the scenes. It is like a software program that is running in the background of your mind, and it's there and it's silently influencing all of your decisions, all of your behaviors, your reactions to things. And if your software has a bug, okay, if it's flawed, then guess what? The output is also going to be buggy and it's going to be flawed too. And putting it into the context of wealth, your actions and your behaviors are not going to be in alignment with you achieving what it is that you want to achieve because your subconscious mind is where all of your deepest beliefs and all of your values reside. So if you grew up hearing things like money is the root of all evil, then that belief may have lodged itself somewhere in your subconscious mind, and that belief is acting like a bug. It's not going to allow you to advance in your wealth consciousness. And that belief is going to hinder your financial success. So I want to cover a few other aspects of the subconscious. We talked about the subconscious is where you store all of your memories. And it's also where you store all of the experiences that you've ever had. And so it's also where you have all of your beliefs, even as far back as before you can even remember, but certainly as far back as your childhood. And the impact of that is extremely deep. So if in childhood you heard things like I heard, you have to work hard to make money. I heard that. And of course, so I work hard. I love it. I love working hard, but sometimes that belief doesn't serve me and it doesn't serve you necessarily. And you might have heard something like rich people are greedy. I mean, have you ever felt guilty whenever you've made a little extra money for yourself or you didn't have to work that hard to earn it? I have. And these beliefs can become imprinted on your subconscious mind. And over time, these can become your hidden roadblocks that are just standing in your way of achieving true financial freedom, true wealth. And you might find yourself just shying away from opportunities that could help you, or just flat out sabotaging your own success without really understanding why you're doing that. So the subconscious mind also stores all of your emotions from one single significant moment in your past, like your parent losing a job, like facing financial hardship. That one emotion, that one significant emotion that weighed so heavily on you, that can attach strong emotions to your current reality. You could be harboring some insecurities. You could be harboring some fears. And this could be affecting and impacting your views on wealth. Your emotions are the single most important driving force in your subconscious. And so it's the emotions that ultimately override our reason and our logic whenever we make decisions. I mean, most of us are run by our emotions and we're not even aware of it. But on a positive side, our subconscious mind can also be very helpful, especially when it's programmed, because I'm talking about all the limiting beliefs that we might have. But what about all the empowering beliefs? And, we're not stuck with these limiting beliefs. We can program our minds for empowering beliefs around wealth and around success. And we can actually get our subconscious mind, because it's doing that already. It's doing that with the limiting beliefs. We can get our subconscious mind to make more empowering financial decisions and attract in automatic ways into opportunities that help us to grow, help contribute to our wealth. And we can begin to actually intuitively overcome and override some of those old limits, some of the areas where we might have made decisions that weren't really positively impacting us. And this state, when we get into this state of where we have reprogrammed our mind in empowering ways, this is what we call living from the unconsciously competent. Unconsciously competent. So we're not even, we've programmed our subconscious mind to help us automatically. It works automatically. We're automatically doing things that are helping us to generate wealth. And that's where we really want to get to. But before we can get into that unconscious competence, we've got to become aware of, some of the beliefs that are hindering us. So we have to become conscious of our incompetence in that area, right? So we become conscious of the incompetence. Once we can become conscious of the incompetence, then we can consciously become confident, okay, or competent, consciously become competent. And that's where just knowing what it is that, we have uncovered, and we become aware of our programming, we become aware of what's limiting us, then now we can be making conscious decisions that are more helpful. And then, of course, we can program those conscious decisions into our subconscious mind. And so that's essentially how the subconscious mind can help, affect our wealth and success. Now, research has shown that our beliefs about money can significantly impact our financial situation. There's actually research that's backed by evidence. Psychologists have found that people who have a positive money mindset usually have higher earning potential and make better financial decisions. This isn't just some woo-woo theory that, like, oh, if you just go into hypnosis or say your affirmations or believe in the law of attraction that all your dreams are going to come true. No, this is actual science backed information. So if you have the belief, for example, that money flows easily and abundantly to me, then this is ultimately going to impact the decisions and the actions that you ultimately take. And so you're going to be much more likely, if you believe that, you're going to be much more likely to act in that way. You're going to take more risks. You're going to invest more wisely. You're going to seize more opportunities that come your way. And so these actions are aligning with your belief system, which is optimized for wealth and success. And what this is called is the belief action connection. When you firmly believe in something, then you're going to take the actions that align with that belief. If you are convinced that you will create a successful business, if you have that conviction, which only comes from having a deep-seated, deeply rooted belief in the subconscious mind, because otherwise there's always going to be that voice in the back of your mind saying, oh, you might fail, you might not be able to do this. Well, that little voice in there, that's your subconscious mind. But if you have a little voice that's like a cheerleader, that's telling you that you're going to succeed, this is going to happen, you're going to be successful, and you have unwavering belief about it, you're going to take those actions. But if you have the wavering belief about it and you're buried by all your subconscious thinking and you listen to that little voice that tells you to stop, that tells you you don't deserve it, that tells you success isn't meant for you, that it's not worth trying hard, you are going to end up sabotaging your efforts as soon as you get close to success. And that's how you know that you have these limiting beliefs that have been sabotaging your success. And so it's really important to understand that not only does the subconscious mind work behind the scenes based on our limiting beliefs, but it's also taking cues from the whole environment around us. And that's the next part I really want to kind of get into. Take a look around you. And when I say look, I don't mean just with your eyes, but listen. Listen to the conversations that are happening all around you. What are your friends saying about wealth? And do you join in on those conversations? This is one of the reasons why there's so much lack of confidence, because people like to people like to complain. No one really likes to hear about how successful you are. I mean, unless you're on this path like we are, to manifesting, and unless you've actually gotten yourself to a certain area where you realize the sheer abundance thinking in when you hear about someone else succeeding, you're happy for them. You're happy for them. You want to talk about that. You want to cheer them on. Why? Because you believe in an abundant, successful universe. And you're saying to yourself, wow, look at them. If they could have a 6-figure, a 7-figure, an 8-figure, even a 9-figure business, or if they can be a billionaire, so can I. You're not looking at them in some squinty-eyed way, thinking like, oh, they're horrible, or they must have done something, they had a silver spoon in their mouth, or they must have done something bad, or whatever it is. So again, take a listen to the conversations that you're having inside of your mind, but not only that, but that other people are having around you. And these conversations could be so contagious and so infectious. So what are your friends saying about wealth? What is your family saying about wealth? What do TV commercials say about wealth? What do politicians say about wealth? What do your religious leaders say about wealth? What are your teachers saying about wealth? What does your house say? Like, what does your house look like? Do you respect the place that you look in? Is it nice and well organized? Is it neat and tidy? Does it look like a place that is, ready for success? What does your car say about wealth? Do you take care of yourself? What does that say about wealth? What do your neighbors say about wealth? What does your neighborhood say about wealth? Our subconscious mind is absorbing all of the cues from our surroundings. And if you are continually exposed to wealth, success, positive affirmations, then you're going to have a subconscious mind that is primed for success and wealth. But if you are looking around you and you are seeing poverty, if you are seeing signs of negativity, if you're seeing signs of financial struggles, if you're just constantly watching the news and listening to how horrible things are in the world right now, and that's all that's your whole feed, your whole news feed in your subconscious mind. You have a news feed in your subconscious mind. And what is that feed saying about life right now? And is there a part of you that's looking at the state of the world right now and saying, I don't even deserve to be successful. Look how hard it is for everyone else. Has that gone through your mind? That's an emotion that you're feeling there, and that can program, negativity in the subconscious mind. But think of all the impact that you could have on the world. It's okay for you to succeed. It's okay for you to have an abundance, to be successful, to have wealth. Because as you do that, you're able to actually make an impact. So that gets into what can we do to strengthen our subconscious mind? What are some strategies that we can do? Because it doesn't have to be like this. However, it's been so far, however you have been dealing with life and the ideas that you maybe received and that you've been living with, it doesn't have to be that way. You can break through. You can reprogram your subconscious mind for success. And so the first thing that we need to do is we need to have an understanding. I believe we need to have an understanding of how the law of attraction works. The law of attraction isn't just some woo-woo theory about this whole, you're a magnet and like attracts like. It's not necessarily just about that. What you think about creates more of the same. What you think about creates more of the same. It creates more of the same thoughts in your own inner mind. So if you have a certain way of thinking, and you notice that, that is going to be probably your predominant way that you think. And so the more you think like that, the more you feel that way. And the more you feel that way, the more actions you're going to be taking that are in alignment with how you are feeling. And the more actions you're taking and more behaviors you have that are a certain way, that is what's creating your results. And that is how the law of attraction works. So what you do is what you get back. How you feel is what you're drawing back to you. Think of when you wake up in the morning. Are you typically waking up in a good mood? And as you wake up in a good mood, your whole day tends to follow suit. Or are you typically waking up kind of feeling like, oh, it's too early. I don't really want to get up. I'm tired. I don't feel good. I've got all these aches and pains. I didn't get a good night's sleep. What are you saying to yourself in the morning? That's ultimately how your day is going to go. And so that's the law of attraction. If we keep thinking about good things, we're going to see more good in our lives. If we focus on the bad stuff, we focus on how we feel, then that's what we're going to notice more of. And we have total control over this. And, so I always say, even though I'm a hypnotist, because I'm a hypnotist, it's so important that we not only think about the law of attraction as far as what are we feeding our minds, what are we feeding our subconscious minds, and we can go into hypnosis for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, however long, but it's how we're thinking all day long that also matters. And so, that is ultimately what it comes down to. If we want the wealth to come, if we want good things to come, we need to think good thoughts. We need to do good things. We need to keep a positive attitude. And so, thinking about our, our minds in terms of our subconscious mind, law of attraction, it is our minds that is the most powerful tool to program all day long. Again, not just when we're doing hypnosis. We are programming our subconscious mind all day long by what we are focused on, the reactions that we have, what we choose to look at, what we choose to pay attention to. And so that's one way that we can start to program our minds, is just to understand, to have this understanding of the law of attraction, and to have this awareness of, what am I feeding my mind? What is my news feed in my mind? Then we want to think about the affirmations. Our affirmations are a way to, really give ourselves these little pep talks that, this is like little short bursts of nice cheerleading words that we can say to ourselves that are just going to help feed us some positive news. It's like going to change our news feed for a little while. And, we can just as easily get back on off track again by starting to focus on other things. But at least for this little while, we can change the news feed. And if we do this often enough, then we're going to change that news feed all day long. And so just as we feed our bodies with food, we need to feed our minds with positivity. When we tell ourselves, I deserve success, money comes to me effortlessly, we are setting our mind's GPS to where we want it to go. And so the trick is that we want to like say these all day long. We want to give ourselves these little, quick emotional bursts, but then throughout the day, just let these thoughts trickle throughout your mind. Keep these thoughts posted somewhere where you can see them all day long. And as you do this, they are going to eventually become your new truth. They are like these little seeds that we just plant in our minds, and we need to water them. We need to care for them. And eventually they are going to grow into strong beliefs. And you are literally training your mind to believe in the words that you say to yourself. So, here's just a way to think about these affirmations. Think about like a song that you hear, and you very first time when you hear this song, you might not know all the words, and it it might not even register. But if you hear this song a few times, then all of a sudden, and you say, I kind of like the song, kind of, start humming along to this song. And, the more you hear this song, you start to actually learn the lyrics to this song. Next thing you know, you're singing along with this song. Next thing you know, you can't even get this song out of your mind. Well, that's kind of like how affirmations work. And notice how when you're singing that song, it makes you feel something. And that's ultimately how we want our affirmations to work. We want to allow our affirmations to make us feel something. And, we want it to root us and to anchor us into our good feelings, our positive feelings. That's one of the reasons what we say them to make us feel good, but we also are programming those words into our subconscious mind. But we're only programming those words into our subconscious mind if we're feeling them. If we're feeling them, because words without any emotion don't really have any impact on the subconscious mind. So another thing that we want to do, notice how like a lot of times when you're singing that song, it might bring you back to a moment when you were feeling that way, that the song is making you feel. Well, and that's our visualization. So when we're saying our affirmations, we want to feel and we want to visualize. We want to actually be putting ourselves into that place where all the good stuff is. So it's not just about saying the words, but it's about feeling them. It's about visualizing them. It's about feeling the emotion behind them. And it's about really integrating them into who we are and having them become a daily ritual. So that kind of gets into visualization itself, because we do want to spend some time visualizing. It's not just about like seeing your, it's not just about seeing something. It's about really integrating what we're seeing into our subconscious mind. So all of these things really work hand in hand. It's the words, it's the visualizing, and it's the affirming. So I want you to close your eyes for a minute, and I just want you to think about what wealth and success looks like to you. So maybe for you, that looks like seeing a big, beautiful home with a big backyard. Maybe for you, it might be traveling the world and seeing all the favorite places on your bucket list. And as you visualize that, the key is not to just see these things, but to notice how it makes you feel. Feel the joy, feel the excitement. And as you do this consistently, you are showing your mind a movie of your future. And when I say your mind, you're showing your subconscious mind, which knows exactly how to make this movie come true. Visualization is so, so powerful. And the reason why it's so powerful is because your brain often can't really tell the difference between what's real and what you're imagining. And that's really the good news, because when you visualize, you're telling your brain where you're going. And it's a little bit like programming a destination into your GPS. The more detailed and clear you can be in your visualization, the better your results are going to be. Because just like a GPS, if you say, I'm going to Florida and it's going to be great, but Florida is a pretty big state. So where exactly are you going to end up? Are you going to end up in the middle of Florida in swampland where all the alligators are hanging out? Or are you going to end up in a cool place like South Beach with crystal clear blue water and the waves crashing up against the shoreline? Where do you really want to go? So when you close your eyes, when you dream of success, you want to get really deep into all of the details. Now, that's not to say that you want to be attached to the details. There's a difference between having a target that you're aiming toward, but also allowing for other experiences that are, in that same realm. So when you're imagining your home, think about the colors, think about the number of rooms, think about the sound of the doorbell ringing as your new neighbors are coming to greet you with some kind of treat. Think about the scent in the air. Think about, the pool in the backyard. Think about the celebration that you're going to have and all the celebrations that you're going to have in that place. Or if it's a business, a successful business. Think about all of the reviews that you're getting. Think about your email that's filled with all the orders. Think about all the happy people that you are helping. Think about your social media presence. Think about the Zoom meetings. Think about the environment that you're working in and what it's like, and maybe the hours of the day that you work and when you choose to call it a day. And as you do this every day, you are training your brain to recognize what it is that you do want, because we spend enough time, way too much time, thinking about visualizing all the things that we don't want. We need to feed it with information so that your brain recognizes and becomes familiar with what you desire. And your brain begins to do the work for you, to help you to pave the way, to create the path, to create the next steps, so that you notice the opportunities that you need to take action on, that you think about the connections that you need to make that guide you toward the actions that are ultimately going to lead to your vision becoming a reality. And finally, I just want to get into hypnosis as a way to reprogram your mind for wealth. Now, everything we've been talking about essentially could be considered hypnosis, but I want to talk a little bit about the formal hypnosis that we think of, where we close our eyes and we go inside for a little while, because hypnosis is the most powerful tool to ultimately get what we want. It's not how we see it in the movies, like, where somebody's under a hypnotist's control. You are always in control. And all it is really a state of focused attention where you are more open to suggestions, you're willing to accept new ideas. And during this state of hypnosis, all that is happening is your conscious mind, the part of you that's always thinking, always planning, always analyzing, just takes a step back and allows your subconscious mind to become more open, to become more receptive. And the subconscious mind, where all your habits are stored, all your memories, all your beliefs, these beliefs that have been with you forever, or maybe, they're new beliefs that you have just acquired that are not serving you, these beliefs that seem like unchangeable truths, but they're not. In hypnosis, you are going to speak directly to that subconscious part of your mind and feed it with new ideas directly. You get a direct channel to this part of your mind that controls and runs everything on autopilot. And you can give it these new ideas, these new habits, these new helpful beliefs to help you to support your goals. So, like, if you've always felt like success has always been just out of your reach and something always seems to come along to sabotage that success, well, in hypnosis, you can suggest that success is within your reach and it is something that you deserve. And when you hear this in a hypnotic state, it's going to help to ingrain that idea deep in your mind. That's not a one-time process, but over time, hearing that suggestion during hypnosis is the most powerful way that you can adopt new beliefs, to have these beliefs become the new you. It's kind of like, you have your affirmations, and those are, kind of helping to drip slowly throughout the day. All right. You have your visualization, and that's intensifying that drip. That's a little bit more like a rainfall. Well, like when you go into hypnosis, it's like a big storm that's storming the subconscious mind, flooding the subconscious mind with this new information. And that is the magic of hypnosis. That is about helping you to become the best version of yourself. And when everything in you is aligned toward your goals, then achieving your goals is going to become inevitable. And this is where tools like my new Believe Hypnosis app can really help you to guide you and to support you in your journey. And the exciting news here is that my new Believe app is launching soon. It is launching soon. Maybe by the time this episode has released, it will already be out. But if not, it's just know it's so close. So stay tuned. Get ready to manifest your dreams. And before we go, if you found this episode helpful, then please do subscribe, share this with anyone who could benefit. I have some really exciting topics coming up, some really amazing guests that are coming to the show very soon. And until then, just remember that the key to wealth, the key to success, it starts within your own mind. So be sure to take action today. Grab your 7-day Manifest Success Challenge journal at believemanifest.com. And I want to thank you so much for tuning in again to the Power of Your Mind podcast. I hope that you found today's episode informative, inspiring. Please share this podcast with your friends, with your family. Don't forget to subscribe, and please leave us a review. And tune in next week for another inspiring episode. Until then, keep using the power of your mind to reach your goals and live your best life ever, a life of abundance and joy.